Okay, guys, so our focusing question for our launch assignment today asks, how did the conditions on the front affect soldiers? So I want us to take a minute and let's just think about that for a second, okay? Okay, so what I would say is that in many times the conditions were very cold, they were very wet. And just think about that, having to fight a war, fend for yourself, fend for your fellow soldiers, um, and try to keep up and, you know, defend and all of that in the cold, in the wet. I think that would have been a little bit difficult for anyone to really try to focus, but you would have to get used to it if you were a soldier because many times these were the conditions that you were dealing with. Our content framing question asks, what do I notice and wonder about the soldiers in All Quiet on the Western Front? So, what we're going to do is write our responses in our journal as a notice and wonder. And we do know how we utilize our notice and wonder, and I've attached the notice and wonder chart there for you. So, you will be able to just write on the actual document what you notice and what you wonder from the book All Quiet on the Western Front. And I've also provided the link to the first couple of pages that we're going to be going over, okay? So that way you could kind of read those pages and then try to get a visual as well. And the good thing is that for those of you who actually completed your assignments from yesterday, I provided a video which was a visual that actually tells the story and gives you a synopsis of the book that we're now going to read the pages to. So that was a good thing to actually view. I enjoyed the video myself. It helped me really put together all of the pieces, or some of the pieces anyway, in the story. Because when you're reading a book that doesn't have any pictures, you kind of create your own pictures in your mind. But if there is a visual aid, a video, a painting, a drawing, or something that you can incorporate and bring into what you've already read, and then it kind of connects all the pieces for you. And that's basically what that video did for me, and hopefully for you as well. So, what type of place do you think the front would be? These are other questions that you're going to respond to in your virtual journals. Now, the front, think about that for a second. What was the front when the soldiers were placed there during the war? Let's take about 2 minutes to think about that. Okay, guys, I would say you're right. If you were on the front line, more than likely you were one of the first ones to get chopped off, die, get injured because you're on the front line. You're one of the front soldiers defending your country at that particular time. So you are more than likely one of the first individuals to get hurt. And one little tidbit that I learned today, I did not know or hadn't even heard of it, but it's called trench foot. So you know that all of the soldiers would sleep in the trenches.